we feel like we fall a little short. We started the game off the way we wanted to start the game off. The game plan was working. We got a little satisfied, got a little lazy, and then when they pushed, we didn't respond to the push like we needed to the end of the game when we're running out of time. And then it was, we got a little, it's natural. We haven't learned how to experience success well yet, especially at home. And when we start doing a little good and the crowd and the band get involved, we lose a little bit of our mission and our way. And about time I got us reeled back in, we're in a dogfight. And that's what Prairie View is really, really good at.
You guys seem like you had more success, obviously, when you were able to play inside here in the paint point. But I guess that's youth that makes you want to just take all those threes.
Yeah, yes. It's very hard when as a coach, knowing my team, I know I have to reserve my timeouts for end of game stuff. So it's a lot of stuff I'm trying to coach on the fly, that I'm trying to talk about high percentage shot and what we're looking for and how we missed it. We went to our bigs and then missed a few pull-ups, and then we were like, oh no, it's my time. Like, I'll do it. I'll say today. And we really, it's one thing when you have it's just pure selfishness. Our team, our players really want to contribute. These are shots that they hit every day. It's our momentum shots. So we were looking for momentum. They were looking for momentum. I was looking for easy baskets. But hey, they were looking for that momentum to give that boost, to give that crowd, to showcase we can play very successfully at home. And we didn't really hit that tonight, but we can hit those shots. So, out of all said and done, we feel a little frustrated because we, right now, especially with our seniority in the post spot, we don't have full game minutes. Like we're reserved to 20, and that's tough. And I would never push a kid past their injury, obviously. So with Scott Green in there, she has such a great IQ and a feel for the rim. We can do a lot more, but I have to get in there and then get out of there. So it's like you're playing with such and then it's hard because then we get in that momentum and we can go to it, and then we got to have another game plan when we get on the run because I can't go for 20 minutes to the doctor. So I haven't had a full roster once this year. When everybody's not injured, not hurt, and every time we get a little system, we don't have enough to 40 minutes of it. But that's part of youth. That's part of not having a lot of depth. You don't have 40 minutes when the subs come in, the league, everything. Then it's now I'm afraid. So now I can't even use you for minutes later, because I feel like I let my team down. So it's battling through. We had this thing called Crown On. We're trying to keep them in the game and engaged because they dropped their head. And it's not because of stuff. It's because they really believe. They really believe in the Tiger way. They really know what we could be. They see it every day in practice. And then when the lights and cameras get out here, it just ain't clicked out over yet.
You got to be pleased with what you saw, at the end, the way they fought.
Oh, no, I don't know. If you watch us a lot, special situations, you give me some timeouts, we gonna go now. My team is for a very young team. I've never coached a team so young that special situations they can execute, feel, and react to the defense. That's why I'm so impressed with them and who they are, because with such a young team, when you're playing big minutes, 7 kids, all 7 freshmen, you're playing dramatic minutes. And in the end of the game, I can coach them, I can draw it up, and they can react, and they can respond, and they can feel the defense. It's so fun. I literally just told them, those 5 minutes, I love. That's my team right there. But we got to get in a situation where we shouldn't have needed those 5 minutes. Because now 56 seconds, I forgot what it actually was, but 56 seconds on the clock, and we were generating baskets. Well, everybody was like, it was probably one of the only quarters we actually, so 56, we had to foul. Obviously, that hurt us a little bit, but that's what we're growing through that, and those are the things that, care how good you are, experience just has to teach.
Coach, you could kind of tell that as the deficit worsened, the girls' body language kind of worsened. Would you kind of chalk it up to discipline or youth?
No, I just think some of that comes from it hasn't been taught to them that was bad. And they don't know, and those are things that they've gotten away with, and they don't even recognize it again. They don't recognize that I'm physically doing, it's disappointment. It's like shrinking a little bit. That's why our whole mentality at Crowns is, because it's I gotta let everybody know I'm not playing well. No, baby, we see you. You don't have to show us. We see you get back, because a lot down the stretch, when we dropped our head, they got fast break opportunities, and it cost us the game ultimately, because they got runouts, then they got ahead, and then the lead expanded when out of their offense, they had to work to really get there. Because we're talking about a lot of stuff, but they run a 5-out motion. And we have a solid big most of the time in our game. So the way our kids defended their actual offense was spectacular. Now, we being lazy and our hands down and they shoot a three when they ain't supposed to hit those shots, or they score a fast break. Well, those are things that in the flow of the game we gave up that which is hard has to improve. But for it's like locking down their defensive scheme, our defense is getting better and better every game.
Coach, talking on that level, shooting threes, your defense was able to shut. I think a young lady,
Micah, right.
No, I'm talking about against Prairie View.
Oh yes.
Yeah. You were able to. There's a smile on your face, so that tells me that was a game plan.
We really did. For us letting easy baskets and them scoring naturally out of what they do, we kind of did a good job of hindering that, and it was frustrating. But our Achilles heel, if you go back at all our records, is points off of turnovers. It's points off of turnovers. And it's just that second that we like, oh, we done made a mistake. On this level, in college, maybe some smaller levels, but on this level, in the SWAC, they off to the races. That's what they live off of. That we want to steal and go and lay up and crack like that. And so I just think that familiarity of knowing, okay, why you pouting? They scoring. So, and then they get to set it back on defense. So that's just that we still are. That's gonna be whether we ascend or not. That literally is the difference.
Do you think Micah has got to the freshman wall?
I think she is forgetting about everything else that she does. And I think that it hurts when I don't have an expectation for her to score. She scores naturally out of our offense. I have an expectation for her to play hard. The media, the crowd, the fans have an expectation for her to score. So she gets into thinking, well, I'm not doing my job. When Micah got that rebound through that transition pass and did like that, that's basketball. Micah's in excellence. That's great. That's a basketball play. It's a pro level play. Right? Scoring, anybody can score. Like scoring, you can draw stuff, they can shoot it, they got a feel for the rim, and she does. But what we're teaching Micah is like, well, how many rebounds did you have? How many tips did you get? You focus on the wrong thing, scoring will come. Our flux offense creates baskets when you're not forcing. When we struggle to score, we're forcing, and we forced tonight a little bit.
Can you talk about number 5 defensive performance tonight? She just slipped my
Jada Belton.
Jada Belton.
Yeah.
Can you talk about defensive points? She has a couple.
We just gotta wind her up. She has so much potential and so much. She's the biggest kid on the court, and then sometimes she want to play like a guard, and she out there telling all the guards to do. I'm like, girl, just get your hands up, just play big, And so she started the game really early and got 3 fouls back to back, and then we couldn't utilize her. And then she wouldn't be strong enough, and then she started shrinking. So then she came back out and she really exploited and killed us. She killed them on the boards, diving, and that's the Jada that we want. But it's just a matter of figuring out how we can wind up to get her going sooner, earlier, and longer. The longevity of it. But very impressive. Again, another freshman that, you do wish you had a little bit. Like in that position, I tell people, in the 5 spot, we have one person out with COVID who she didn't play last year. She was returning. My returner that is probably she is, she can only play 20 minutes. And then the other returner who's like a super senior who was supposed to be giving the guidance and the wisdom and that we didn't recruit past, she got out with a knee injury and she redshirted this year. So it's like she has to play like a lot of times you see us going small. We got our forwards down there trying to break. So we're not gonna get the rebounds. We got 1.5 players in the 5 spot, and the points in the paint we keep getting kicked in. So it's all you don't complain. You keep finding ways, but it's our reality.
And Coach, despite what you just said, you're playing mostly freshmen and a lot of people hurt. This is all laying the groundwork for next year. So what would you say the apex of this team is going into next year?
I'm not Coach Prime, but we come.